Good morning and welcome to Saturday the 4th of April's episode of 20 odd minutes of Terrace Talk. On Terrace Talk every week we give you Steve's Classic Kits, where he gives you 3 pieces of classic football memorabilia. We will go through the trainer release of the week, where usually my mate Chris Holmes picks that, but he's not here again still, so I'll give you the trainer releases of the week. We'll talk about this weekend's fixtures. Thank God that international duty's done, and yeah, we'll do Tales of Grails, and you can pretty much guess. You can guess what I'm going to be talking about today. So, Easter weekend, Steve, what are you saying?
Well, it's a big weekend for the football, so we'll get into that in a wee while. So, you want to go right on the strips?
Not really, no, but...
Not your team, is it?
Not my team, mate, no.
Not
I know a few of them. We'll start, that's... I'll take over. That's the 1998-1999 treble winning season with the 1 star above it. That means they played with it in that season before they won
the European Cup for the second,
yes.
So the second time. So that was the one they wore in the final.
The class of 92, all that.
Is a beautiful strip, is a beautiful badge.
It was kind of different at the time. I remember, like, obviously the strip they wore at home was the was Umbro as a sponsor, but they had the Umbro going down the arms.
Yep.
And yeah, they played with that plainer strip in the Champions League.
And it's, I think, from that era, Man United strips, it's the classic Umbro and the sponsor Sharp. That's the one that everybody remember. It went for years.
This
Man
is
United.
what was this the birth of the Man United like mega machine for merchandise, just pumping it out everywhere.
Probably, and abroad as well, because I mean they've got that.
Well, who else can you think about that had like a separate strip to play in Europe?
In the final?
No, they played every game in Europe with that, did they not?
No, I don't think so. I can't remember if they did.
I'm sure they did. See that the semi-final when Roy Keane goes down as a legend for playing against Juve. I'm sure they were wearing that.
I'll have to check that out. You're probably right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Unless my head's got that like memorably wrong.
No, but they'd come away with some really good strips, and the one before that was a classic was the 91 Cup Winners' Cup when they played Barcelona, and they had the white strip with the really smart writing, and that's a really hard one to come by as well. But I still think
the coolest strip's got to be that way, the 92 one with the actual, it's got the template, the
Old Trafford on it.
No, the one that the class of 92 wear. You know, it's actual. It's not the Ipswich template, but what is it? I'll be somewhere along those lines. Like, because I was noticed like the sharp Addy released tops, and obviously they done a candy version with that print on it, and then they done the sharp version, which had the blue, red, and white.
Yeah, over the one I was talking about, that was the one that was the red one, Old Trafford on it.
Yeah, I remember it was like sort of imprinted.
A real quality one as well, and there was a blue one with the Man United badge on it, away one, and it was a cracker as well.
Was that the blue one that had like sort of black?
It was black, yeah. It was a black Man United badge on it.
What was that? Was that like 95 or something?
Something like that, yeah. I don't have that one. But then obviously the one that everybody remembers is the Cantona green the black one, but the green and white one as well with the laces.
Oh yeah, what was that? Was that 94?
Yeah, they'll sort of go into one because they're all right quality strips. But obviously everybody remembers that final for Man United are getting beat
probably the
late
most
in the game.
Probably
along with the 2005 Liverpool final.
That was an amazing 6 minutes, but yet like I do prefer the Istanbul game overall, obviously. But like it's a memorable 2 minutes of football, and who was the commentator as well? Remember the commentary was unbelievable. The way he was screaming about it. Yeah, some game. Everybody remembers that. That's when you got Champions League on Channel 3, ITV. That's when you watch that.
Yeah. That was some final, some strip, some combat, just a great strip. So, the two on the back wall, is the back one is a match-worn Man United, Fabian Barthez, and I picked it up in a charity shop in Broughty Ferry.
Was that the goalie top?
Yeah.
You know, I was getting Veron vibes there for some reason. Maybe it was like Baldy Barthez.
Yeah, Baldy Barthez. And on the back, it's actually autographed to Stephen, which is crazy. I mean, I walked in the shop and that was there, and I think I either got it for nothing because I bought a few things, or I paid £4 for it. Ridiculous.
£4 for a match worn.
Match worn, yeah. And it's the short sleeve. He was the one that sort of championed the short sleeve look. You can't remember any other keepers at that point.
No, I remember he was amazing in the World Cup '98 for France, and then when he was shite at Man United, was he?
He was prone to throwing the ball in the net, I think, a few times. But a nice shirt as well. But not as, you know that one as well, don't you? The double-sided one. You've had one before.
Yeah, now that is, it's a creative set reversible. Yeah, it's got the gold print on. It's got a gold and black reverse side.
So that's for their centenary, 2002. Yeah, so that actual as a fans one. There's no way the players would have wore that because it's heavy.
Did they wear it?
No,
No.
No, they wore it as single shirts, but they never wore it as a double-sided because it's so thick and you wouldn't be able to wear it. It's too heavy. But it's cracking with the gold and with the white. And the badges and that, again, it's all really a lot better than what you get now, isn't it? They're more iconic. Even that Vodafone, yeah, but I mean Sharp's the most iconic, and then the Vodafone ones that come out later.
As soon as you see Sharp, I think Man United. There's a Sharp shop down Stobie somewhere, and you just see it from the distance. Every time you see it, you just think Man United. I don't even know what the company is. Did they make TVs?
That was TVs, but what was more iconic for me was I think it was Betamax video recorders.
I don't know what Betamax is. I just heard of it.
Yeah, Betamax was the smaller version of VHS, smaller tape.
Right, okay. I've heard of it, but
Yeah,
I've no clue. I've never seen it or anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that'll be your classic kits for the week.
Yeah. Nice, aren't they?
No. Right, so we'll go on to this week's trainer release of the week. And I actually think you're going to like this one, so I'll get the photos up so you can see it because Steve hasn't seen it. Size are doing a size exclusive Napoli. But usually I would moan about this. Do you know why I think you'll like this?
Why?
Because they're doing it in the team colours.
Alright, okay. Yeah.
Like when you say the Napoli to me, I obviously think of the vintage original Napoli, which was a totally different shoe altogether. But if you're going to want any Napoli or any of these reissued Napolis, especially the size have done, this is the colourway you want it.
Definitely.
It is actually a really nice shoe. It reminds me of like a vintage Athen, apart from that heel tab at the back. But
Sign me up and get us a pair of them.
Well, I'm sure if you either get them online or go and queue in the one and only size in Scotland, which is in Edinburgh.
Is that it now?
What's that?
I thought there's still one. The one in Glasgow closed as well?
Gone.
It's me.
But yeah, a very nice release to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm not like, here we go picking again, but I don't really like that Napoli. It's alright, the actual template or the silhouette, whatever you want to call it. But it's a chunkier shoe for the flats. You know what I mean? It does fit chunkier.
Go well with that jacket you were wearing last week.
Yeah, no, that is a beautiful colourway. It looks, that Napoli blue's hard to get correct. Even when you see the replica strips and that, they're not done very well, a lot of them. It's a really light, vibrant blue. And yeah, on these photos anyway, but this could be a trick of the camera because the photos are taken outside. This is natural light. So it might differ in colour, we don't know. Close up there, it does look really nice.
And what other colourways is it coming in?
There's loads of different colourways in the Napoli. They just got released again a couple of weeks back of photos on like Vespas and everything. This whole Italian vibe.
So they're actually bringing that out as a limited edition queue-up job.
I don't know if it'll be. They might say it's limited. I don't see anything limited saying it's limited about it. It's just a size exclusive. To be honest with you, I don't think the interest in the game is that high for a straight sellout straight away. So anybody who is actually interested in this, it might be worth checking out. I don't see a release date here, but it'll be pretty quick. Size get everything going very, very quick. The next one that's coming out, well, there's been loads of runners. I think there's been 15. 8,000's released already this year.
It's getting a bit overkill, isn't it?
A wee bit of overkill. This photo dropped this week. I'll show the camera first, which is just sort of like a negative version or a reversed version. What they've done is they've taken the purple away from the 8,000 and replaced it with the yellow and vice versa.
That is nice. But it seems to be every week you're showing me just about the same trainer. But it is really nice. But they're obviously selling.
And what they've done with this is they've took the original and just tweaked it a tiny little bit.
Right.
To be fair, I do think people will grab it. People like my mate Chris Holmes, if he was here, he would be on that. He would probably like the look of it. But it's just tweaking something again. Like I said, there's been 15 8,000s released. There is a lot coming out. There's been photos coming out of Germany, some tours and specials and stuff.
But they're not daft though, because they kind of know that like there's me, all the stuff that we all collect. Well, if you're a collector, you're going to want them. They know what they're doing.
I think credit where credit's due when they actually do something that fits and feels right. With that Napoli release at size they're doing, that actually feels right. It looks quite. I think that looks like an interesting and good release, which I don't say very often nowadays. To be fair, I am quite critical, but yeah, that just It's the same with like the Milano years ago. You got the Milano and it's pretty underrated and people don't know about it.
I've got the brown.
Well, see, most people think about it in the original colourway, but they did release an inter colourway and an AC colourway. Not exactly great shoes, but when you actually see that, like...
Yeah, it was a strange looking shoe. I liked the brown one, that's why I bought that one. I really liked that one, but you're right, it's not the best shape. It's a strange...
Yeah, no, it's as a reissue, it wasn't great, to be honest. But if you do it in the right football colourways, you know, it grabs attention and
of course.
fans' attention, and anybody in the collector's world, well, it's in the colourway of a team. You know what I mean? For a selling point or a reselling point. I think that's really good. So I'm excited to see that Napoli and the other 15 ZX8000s. What would you pick this week for trend release of the week?
I think the Napoli.
Oh, wait a minute, there's one more Italia, sorry, in like a Mexicana colourway. They looked alright. Vintage Heads would probably bounce towards that.
Is it white or green?
No, Mexicana is like a sort of burnt mustard with a black stripe.
Yeah. It's got that old school heel tab thing going on, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you pull it on, yeah. It's modelled on a 60s shoe. Yeah. That's where they get it from. So what one would you pick for this week?
Napoli.
Yeah. I think that's a really good one. I'm excited to see that.
And that navy torsion as well was quite smart.
There's about 4 of them.
Right.
There's about 4 separate ones of them in all different colours.
What are they charging for them now?
On release, anything depending on where it comes from. If that comes from like a consortium release, which I don't think it is, but probably be higher end, anywhere from 110 to 145.
All right.
Standard, unless it's like something else. I don't really see it going any higher than that.
They're starting to get that was the price of the Nikes were all coming out now. That's they're kind of getting themselves up there.
Nikes are like going up to 200 sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Like quite easily. Whereas he picked up the 600s and that for, what was it, £95 when they came out in 2023. Yeah. You thought they would have stuck a higher price tag on that, but... Well,
the City Series were all, remember when they were sort of going about 65, 75, now you're on £90, £95.
Mm-hmm. Special upped it to usually about 110 as well.
Yeah.
Some things are quite higher than that. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, that's it, exactly, yeah.
Right, so let's go on to this weekend's fixture, Steve. What is in line this weekend?
Well, it's a big week in Scottish football anyway. It's big for it. Top end of the bottom end, totally massive, I think. Ones that affect Dundee. United's not so much getting affected at the moment because of they got that win against Celtic, so they're kind of out of it at the moment. But first fixture I'm looking at on Saturday is Hibs in 5th place versus Killie in 11th place, and this has got big interest on us and Aberdeen. Hibs, they should be beating Killie, but as we've seen, Hibs have been kind of let themselves down quite a lot, and Killie were not really.
Killie got some big points.
Yeah,
beat Hearts.
Yeah, they could go ahead of St Mirren. They could definitely go ahead of St Mirren. But there's the other fixture, so we'll do 2 fixtures out there. So it's the other fixture: St Mirren in 10th place versus Aberdeen in 9th.
That's a big game.
Yeah, Aberdeen on 30 points and St Mirren on 27 and Killie on 27. So Aberdeen can get dragged right into that second bottom spot very easily this weekend. So we'll do the 2 fixtures. So it's Hibs versus Killie, and I'm going to go for a Killie win. I just think Killie have got more. Hibs kind of me.
Where is it?
It's at Hibs, but Killie have come onto form, and the other the match that kind of brings Hibs into it is Motherwell. And they're sitting in 4th with 54 points. So it's kind of getting to that stage where Hibs lose any more points, they're going to have no chance of that European spot. And they're playing Falkirk. So they're all massive fixtures and all to do with Europe at the moment. But we're not wanting Killie to win. And we're not wanting... the St Mirren Aberdeen, let's hope it's one of my draws, eh? That's what we're looking for there. So a draw there. And what are you thinking? What do you think? So Hibs and Killie, what do you think?
I think that's a draw.
Draw for that. I'll go for a Killie win.
I think it's a draw or a Killie win. I'm sort of with you on that, yeah.
Motherwell Falkirk.
Neil McCann's done something with Killie.
Yeah, definitely. Motherwell Falkirk, that to me was the draw of the day. Because they're so close.
Yeah, you know what? I would probably draw that as well.
Yeah.
If not, no. Where is that as well? Where is that?
It's at Motherwell.
Nah, Motherwell win.
I think with them off that.
They're due a win.
Right, okay. Well, here's the other one. Rangers United. Now, I depend on the Sunday fixtures.
Can United do 2 weeks on the trot?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think Rangers Rangers can go equal with Hearts on Saturday and put the pressure on Hearts, who are playing Livy. Now there's the match I was going to talk to you about, Livy versus Hearts. Livy's going to beat somebody, and Hearts just lost on the Arsenal turf.
Surely Hearts are not going to throw it away now.
Well, Livy have got...
Like, if Hearts win all their games,
yeah.
like, say, like, Celtic...
If Hearts win all their games, they win the league, but they've got to play. They've got to play Rangers. They've got to play Celtic. They've got to play Hibs. So Hibs have already beat them. So they're not going to want them to win the league. So
when did Hibs beat them? Was that the 4-0 game?
That was 3-2. They beat them 3-2. Was at Christmas time.
What was that when they were singing Sunshine on Leith?
Yeah, we beat them, and that was kind of dragged Hearts.
No, did Hearts not come back for that?
I can't mind.
I'm sure that Hibs beat Hearts 4-0. Like, I'm pretty sure, because remember that big video when they were singing, going nuts.
They definitely beat them, so they dragged them into, and there's no way their fans are team.
Because I was watching. Yeah, I'll not tell that story, but I think the game you're on about was Hearts came back.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. But so Sunday fixture, I just think that Hearts going to the Sarsfield turf, and Livy's Sarsfield turf's no great, is it? They'll fill the ground, but I mean, Livy's going to beat somebody, and haven't they won since August?
It'll probably be us.
Well, if it was us this week, I'd be fearing that we'd probably get beat for them. But the other fixture is our fixture, so it was Dundee versus Celtic. So Dundee in 8th with 32 points, and Celtic in 3rd with 61 points. And I think
we could take them for a point.
Yeah, I think any points off Celtic kind of puts them.
Celtic can't afford to lose at the weekend.
After getting beat from United 2 weeks ago. So what are you thinking about Livy Hearts?
I'm going to back Hearts.
Yeah,
I'm going to back Hearts. I'm on that train. I'm really hoping they win the league.
Well, I hope they do as well, but I've got the fear for them, so I'm going to put Livy down for a win.
No, I get what you're saying. I've been saying Livy are tricky all season as well.
Yeah, they've played well against everybody.
Yeah, they've played well in loads of games. They've been unlucky in a few games as well. Like
they're 2-0 up against Rangers. Got pegged back. And Dundee and Celtic, are you going for a draw there? Yeah,
I'm going to be there. Hopefully we'll win, but I think Dundee could get them definitely for a draw. I mean, especially if it's the cup final, they'll be wanting a wee bit of revenge after that.
Well, for the first time in my life, I'm going to think Dundee could win that game.
I think they could win it as well, but I don't want to go out and just like. I think probably a draw.
The problem they've got is when they played United 2 weeks ago, the two of them played on that terrible pitch, and Celtic didn't settle on it. Well, they're coming across to Dens, and it's a lot better, so they'll be able to play. The problem is they'll play better football. Yeah. So
I don't know. Dundee have just got this never say die mentality just now, but it's brilliant to watch.
I hope they're not 3-0 doing me 10 minutes ago, because and it's a comeback one.
To be fair, I think they're going to be gunning for that game. They want revenge for the Scottish Cup.
Definitely.
So and they know they could hit them hard this weekend. So I can imagine Dundee coming up and playing like that'll be. So
let's hope so.
But like you said, it's Celtic. So I'll go draw.
Okay. Scottish Championship, some interesting matches. So it's Arbroath now, because Partick Thistles drew 3 points behind St Johnstone. St Johnstone are going to Gayfield for their big Tayside derby against Arbroath. So it's Arbroath in 3rd with 47 points, St Johnstone in 1st with 62 points. So Arbroath could cement themselves into that playoff position. And Ayr United's got Partick Thistle. Now, the only thing with Partick Thistle is Partick Thistle give me the fear, because that's about 6 or 7 times they've managed to get themselves behind St Johnstone and didn't seem to be able to actually do it. So can they do it on Saturday? I think what'll end up is Arbroath will end up beating St Johnstone, but Ayr will probably end up beating Partick Thistle.
Was it kicking off at the last St Johnstone Arbroath game? Was that when it was kicking off at Gayfield? Was it at St Johnstone?
I remember something. I couldn't imagine it being much of a fight right enough.
I remember some of that now, but that Tayside derby. Yeah. Is it where is it? Sorry,
it's at Gayfield. Yeah.
The wind machine.
Yeah. Well, the wind machine will be on as usual.
I St Johnstone for that.
No, I'm thinking Arbroath. I think Arbroath, Ayr to beat Partick Thistle, and the next game what we're looking at is a pretty boring, but they're all mean something. They're all at the bottom of the league. Dunfermline 4th with 40 points, and Morton 6th with 36 points, and then there's Ross County at 9th with 28 points, and Airdrie 10th with 27
Ross County
points.
climbed up to 9th, have they?
Yeah, so they're all pretty close.
I thought
Pretty close games.
I thought they would rock bottom.
So I'll go Dunfermline. I'll go for a win for Dunfermline against Morton there, and a win for Ross County, just to keep things interesting.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that.
And in Scottish 1, there's quite a big game. Stenhousemuir in 2nd versus Hamilton in 9th. So, knowing that we love Hamilton so much, let's hope Stenhousemuir win that and get themselves near the top of the league. What do you think?
I always find it quite hard to believe they've fallen so.
Hamilton?
Yeah.
They'll have lost to us, is there?
No, not at all.
But here, I can see, I'd like to see Stenhousemuir getting winning the league for the 2nd year on the trot. That'd be quite good. So Scottish 2nd, so East Kilbride in 1st versus Annan in 7th, and Edinburgh City in 4th, and Spartans in 2nd, and their points tally, it's East Kilbride's got 57 points, and Spartans has got 56. So that's going to go to the wire, that league, I think. So I'm just going to go, so it's Edinburgh City versus Spartans, and
Is that the derby?
so it's East Kilbride versus Annan, so, and Edinburgh City versus Spartans, yeah, so it is, it's a big old Edinburgh derby.
Yeah, it's a derby.
Yes, it is, yeah. So the old Ultras will be out in force at that one.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm just going to go the way it's going. East Kilbride to win and Spartans to win. Yeah. So down in England, it's a big FA Cup weekend. And it's your Liverpool going to Man City.
Oh, God. But that's at the Etihad, is it?
Yes.
I got asked to go to that game. I'm going to go Liverpool.
I'm going to go draw penalties.
Drawing penalties.
All the way. That's one of these kind of games that we go
It's Mo Salah's exit. The last wee run on something. I'm going to go Liverpool, yeah.
And here's the romance of the cup. It's Chelsea versus Port Vale. So, is that not the Take That Singers team, Port Vale? That's Robbie Williams' team, is it not, Port Vale?
I think it is, actually, yeah.
And I think Beckham played for them. He went on loan to Port Vale from Man United. That's where he's kind of made his name at the start, I think. But it's Chelsea versus Port Vale, so I'd like to see Port Vale winning it, but I couldn't really see them going to...
Yeah, I can't see that. Not up against Chelsea's millions.
Feel like a wee song? Good.
I hate that Chelsea come up to Liverpool. That's a brilliant
Yeah, I know. So, next one, Southampton versus Arsenal. Top league Arsenal at Southampton. Could be an upset there. Southampton a win?
No. So boring watching Arsenal, but yeah, it's just...
Well, they're losing cups, so...
I don't know, but they're heavy focused on that league, are they? That's the grand prize for Arsenal. How long has it been since the last one at 2004?
A long time.
22 years. Was it Invincibles the last time they won it?
Yeah.
22 years. Yeah, that's what I mean. All the pressure that's been on Arteta for years about it, like he's only focused on one thing, is he?
So the last game is a big old football rivalry, but a violent rivalry. It's West Ham versus Leeds. That could be tasty in London.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know. A draw. They can't really go drawing a cup game right enough. Drawing penalties.
Yeah, that could be one that could go all the way as well. Because Leeds haven't exactly been playing that great, but they're going to be.
How's Millwall getting on?
Millwall are they're still there or thereabouts.
They were second a couple weeks ago, were they?
They've went on a wee bit of a losing run kind of thing. Yeah. Well, Wrexham's kind of, as we've been talking about them, they're kind of going.
I was hoping Millwall were going to come up because that would spice that league right up next season.
Could you imagine Millwall going across the short distance to West Ham? Could be quite interesting.
Yeah, West Ham to Chelsea there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just any sort of London derby. I think that would make that league a lot interesting.
Or even
more than Wrexham, to be fair.
Or West Ham going through that tunnel to Millwall. Danny Dyer turning up.
Like this, they were on a great run for weeks. Like I said, I kept putting on my coupon. It was good. I seen them jump up. I'm sure they got to second, but
it's pretty close. They're all sort of.
Yeah, that league's been brilliant.
Bunching up. Yeah,
that league's been brilliant.
All the leagues have been better in Scotland as well. Okay, the Premier
This is the best league. This is the best year for Scottish football I can remember in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, the most interested I've been in Scottish football for years. But it's just because what's been going on at the bottom, well, there's always a spicy fight at the bottom of the table, but a 3-horse race, the difference that Hearts have made doing that has just made it so much more interesting.
Especially a 4-horse race at the top, and everybody.
Well, Motherwell have played really well as well. They were like a sort of dark horse. They were playing hard football, but beating people.
And the bottom end of the table, as I said, except for United at the moment, because they got that result against Celtic, they've kind of dragged this game away from it, but they could get dragged in.
I think that result saved Goodwin for the rest of the season, to be fair.
Probably, yeah.
Like, the funny thing with Goodwin is I always see that public opinion goes, like, wavers with him.
Yeah.
He does, like, it gets a wee bit alright, and then it's a bit quiet, and as soon as they have a bad run, they're just choking to get him out.
Yeah, I suppose after getting into Europe last year, though, it's been a bit of a down season, hasn't it, really? But that's what happened. That's what happened with Dundee. We had a great first season, then kind of failed last year, didn't we? And we struggled right to the last game.
I think my favourite moment of the season is Jim Goodwin's interview after the 2-2 game.
Yeah, it was interesting.
He was not happy.
It was interesting. Right, so that's the fixtures.
Well, I'll take us on to our next segment, which is Tales of Grails, 40 Years of Fashion, where I tell you, or we pick one item from the past 40 years that can be classed as a grail or just an iconic piece of fashion. So this is definitely a grail piece. You'll find them online from anywhere from £1,500 to maybe over £2,000. Some people a bit more unrealistic with their pricing, but either way, for a collaboration with Addy and CP, that is a heavy price for a jacket. I'm sure there was only 800 of them made. I tried to research this just before we started, but I couldn't actually get any confirmation on that, but I'm sure it was only 800 of them available. They were highly priced at the time as well. What was that, like 750, did you say it was?
Well, I paid $750 for it and had to go into a ballot, and I tried to get the trainers that day as well, but I came out with the jacket, which I think was probably the better investment.
Oh,
it was a lot of money to start with, but it's been quite an investment.
A very high jacket, especially for the Special range. I mean, like anything, not many jackets hit resale on that.
No.
And their jackets do resale very well. This is it's taken from the Haslington jacket, which was released a few times from Special, but it's been, what would we call it, incorporated with the 50 Philly jacket, which is a CP jacket. Like you said, the Italia trainers that were released at the time, that was co-released together, or like it was done at the same time basically. They had the Italian colours on the shoe. The camo that's in this jacket is an Italian camo, so it's obviously just like a sort of blues, greens, and the brown in it. So that's where the colourway came from. Like we said, it was a 1 in 800. It was incredibly hard to get your hands on. It's definitely seen as a grail piece. I don't see a lot of them. You got a dust bag with it as well, which you had over there, Steve.
Do you remember the CP book? They did a lot of camo in that, so it's got to be some kind of idea that came from the past.
It was to go along with the shoe at the time. I'm just going off of memory, but it was heavily Italian, obviously, because of the brand. But yeah, the camo was picked to go along. It was an Italian sort of coloured camo, so that's what fit with it. Obviously, like other features, you've got like it's the template, should we say, is a Haslington, but obviously it's got the watch viewer added, like the 50 Philly. There wasn't goggles in it actually, was there? It's not a goggle jacket.
Oh, can't remember.
No, it wasn't a goggle jacket, no. But yeah, up there is one of the most sought after pieces in the last 10 years, definitely. Like I say, the price tag on it is a heavy resale. So you just say you got lucky with it?
Well, at the time I didn't think it was lucky. When I got it, I thought, I'm going to pay that.
Lucky? Imagine you got... How many raffles did you go in to get it?
Just the one. It was the end. I went in the end raffle. I'm quite glad, because if imagine I end up with 3 or 4. Well, in saying that, I would have made money out of them eventually, but I mean, yeah, it's taking a bit of time for the price to go up to where it is. It is a cracking looking jacket. But it's one of these ones... I'm scared to wear it because it's like it's making so much money.
If you're buying to resell, then yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean,
just the collector's lot for me, though, isn't it? Keep it and don't do anything.
Yeah, like I'm a wearer. I'm the total opposite. If I get something, I wear it. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't keep on something like that. That's why I have a shop, because I just put it in the shop and it's not mine. But yeah, would I wear this? Yes. Would I pay the money to wear it? No. Like, It's an iconic piece, and it's one thing you see if somebody's got it in the room, you're just like, whoa. You know what I mean?
That's, everybody remembers it for the Luke Shaw graffiti on the wall.
Yeah, the mural they done in Darwin, which is Gary Aspin's hometown, I believe.
Was it not an exhibition as well? Was there no some kind of exhibition?
They've probably done something with Night Safe. I can't. It was a few years ago now. I can't really remember, and I should research this. But what people need to remember is we work all day and then pretend this is Saturday morning during the week. But yeah, no. I'm pretty sure they do a lot of stuff with Night Safe, which is a charity in Blackburn. So I'm going to guess it was something alongside if it was charity based. I can't really remember. I just remember the mural going up and the big hype about this is when the trainer game was. People were interested in trainers at the time. So the Italians were very sought after, and because, like I'm saying, I'm sure this was a 1 of 800. There's only like 800 of these jackets available. So that was, at the time with the hype that was going on, this was even more desirable. I only knew a couple of people that got them, and I'm pretty sure I've resold them for them.
Well, you didn't know. I was just speaking to you about it. It was an off the cuff sort of.
Well, we're talking about what to use for stuff, and you mentioned you had this, and I was like, "You're joking me." Dig it out.
Yeah, exactly.
You think you'll ever sell it?
You'll probably sell it for me eventually.
So I get the task finding somebody to pay over a couple of grand for that. Yeah. It's one of these things. It's just going to go up and up and up throughout the years. Yeah. I mean, limited things like this, when the tags come off them, there's less and less of them. So like, you don't know how many are out there really. But do you see a lot of people wearing them? Have you seen a lot of people wearing them in Dundee? No.
I've never seen it. That's the only one I've seen, except for the one on Luke Shaw's.
I've seen people, like, if people are coming to my shop, like they'll tend to wear things like this. You know what I mean? If they're making a travel and stuff, and you're just like, fucking, that's a nice jacket, that. But have I seen it that much? No, it's a proper big hitting piece. It's cool to see it. I've not seen one for a couple of years. Like I said, the last time I seen one, I sold it. So they don't pop up every day. They really don't. And yeah, as far as like grails go, there's a definite grail. So this has been a good one. This has been 20 odd minutes of Terrace talk. Anything else you'd like to say, Steve, before we go?
No, I just hope Dundee beat Celtic.
Apart from that, like, subscribe and ding that bell and all that other stuff. We want to say thank you to Declan, our producer, who sits there saying nothing every week. You're sitting laughing now, so you might hear that on the mics. Thank you, Steve. Everybody else, go enjoy your weekend. Don't look down on anybody unless you're looking at the trainers. Goodbye.